Hello and welcome to the world of Rift Domination. I am Stefan, the developer behind Rift Domination, and I will try my best to guide you through the game. In the video description you find the timestamps to jump to the segments you want to listen to. For the better understanding of the game, I always suggest that you read the rulebook, because it is more detailed than this video. Alright, so let's start with setting up the game. So if you play with 4 or fewer players, you use a smaller game board, as I show in this video. If you play with 5 or 6 players, you use the full game board. Every player has a starting system and a starting planet. The starting systems are marked with these little white circle edges. I will mark them here in the video so you know what I'm talking about. And for the starting planets, you see the system contains 2 planets. You just gotta check which of those 2 planets has 2 planet upgrade slots, and this one is the home planet or the starting planet of a player. So now you have chosen your starting position and your player color. The next step is to place planet condition tiles. You place them clockwise, beginning with the youngest player, and the only restriction is you may not place them on a starting planet. In the example you see, I'm not filling out the whole board because we only have 2 players here, so we use the smaller board. If you play with 5 to 6 players, of course the whole board is filled with the planet condition tiles. So if every planet besides the starting or home planets has a condition on it, then you proceed to the next phase, and that is actually starting the game with picking your faction. Every player draws 2 factions and can redraw 1 time. Then you choose your faction and you assemble everything that is on the faction sheet. As you can see, every faction has starting units, starting resources, and some may even have planet upgrades or special titles. There are also 2 faction tiles that mark your progress through the game, and you place them on the victory points and resource per round counters. Every player also gets the how to play sheet, where you can see how to progress through the game or how to actually go through the phases of 1 round, as well as a quick overview what the planet conditions are doing. And on the back side you see all unit skills and the battle table that will be important if you actually fight. Every player starts with a military base on the starting planet, so don't forget to put it there. And every player also gets 2 OCC cards. I would recommend that you check out the rule book, page 7, before you start, before you hop onto your first round. I almost forgot to show you how to place your fleet. So you have a starting planet with a military base. All of your starting units are just placed on that planet. You can choose to split them in different fleets or just keep them in one big fleet. You begin your round with drawing 2 OCC cards. You can play them anytime, even during your enemy's turn, and some affect you, some affect the enemy, some can only be played in a battle. There are also OCC cards labeled as instant. They could have a bad effect on you if you have a bad dice roll, and they only affect you after round 1 is done. So if you draw them in round 1, you just redraw them. Now you gain your resource per round and also 2 fighter units. You can place the fighter units where you have a military base or in any fleet where there is capacity for them. Don't forget to move your resource per round counter 1 point up. Now it's time to build planet upgrades. In this example I build a warp, so I have to pay 4 resources, take the green wooden cube that represents the warp and place it on my home planet. The next phase is the movement phase. You can check out the rulebook to see how the movement points are working and how you can move in the game. For now, I just take this fleet and go to the next planet. As you can see, it has the harvest planet condition on it, so that means if I have infantry units in my fleet, I can take over the planet and gain whatever is on the backside of the planet condition tile. In this scenario, I get 4 resources. And of course, I take the planet and lay it out in my player zone. Now I took control over the whole system because I have the home planet and the planet with the number 13. That means both planets in that system. So I automatically gain 1 victory point, as well as another unit type. I will talk about unit types later in this video. Now I take my other fleet, move 1 point for free in my system because I have built the warp planet upgrade, and then I move to the planet 17 and try to actually get control over it. As you can see, it has the dangerous planet condition. That means I need to roll a dice, and the result needs to be higher than 2. In this example, I managed to get in 5, so the planet is mine. I also get a free planet upgrade. That is because of the planet condition. Whatever planet upgrade you choose, you place it on the planet you just took control over, with the dangerous planet condition tile on it. When you use all of your movement points, then you proceed to the next phase, and that is the recruitment phase. It's also the end of your turn. I said earlier that I will talk about unit types. Usually a faction starts with around 4 unit types. If you get control over a whole system, you can gain 1 additional unit type. Most factions allow this up to 2 times. So in the end, your unit roster contains 6 different unit types. In this example, I end my turn with buying 1 attacker and 2 infantry units for the cost of 6 resources. Newly recruited units can only be placed on planets where you have a military base upgrade. Now let's talk about the most important phase of this game, the battle phase. So in this example here you see one system where the yellow player has placed his fleet. There are 4 opportunities or positions where the yellow fleet can be placed. If I place them on the border like that, the green fleet cannot enter the system from that side, but other players could enter the system from the other side. If I place the yellow fleet on the system point, that means nobody can enter the system without fighting that fleet. And that is exactly what we are doing here. The green player wants to enter the system, and now he has to fight the yellow fleet. For the fight, you place all involved units on the conflict board and be sure to declare which unit is carrying the infantry units. In this example, my carrier unit has the infantry unit inside. That is important because if the carrier unit gets destroyed, the infantry units are also dead. Don't forget your how to play sheet, where on the backside you can see how the battle is actually fought and how effective every weapon type is in the different ranges. The attacker always goes first, so now green is the attacker. I roll 3 dices because the sniper unit has 3 long-range weapons. I make a hit, then I roll for the fighter and for the carrier. Both have 2 close combat weapons, so I also hit with them and distribute the damage. Now the defender does exactly the same with his units, and after he has rolled for every unit and distributed his damage, then units get destroyed and the surviving units proceed to the next phase. After every ship has fired in the close range battle and the damage has been distributed, now either player can choose to retreat. There is also ground battles in this game, and the only unit that participates in ground battles is of course the infantry unit, and every player controlled planet automatically has the outpost. Just check the rulebook for the stats of the outpost, but it's also participating in the battle as well as some planet upgrades. The last thing you need to know is how to end the game. Of course, you gather victory points through your gaming session, and if one player reaches the amount needed for the win, the game is still played till the last player in the round has taken his turn, and then you compare the points, and yeah. So the player with the most points wins the game, of course.